happening? So, the first on our list, what do we have? We have Michael Myers that came out in 2018. Now, I'm not sure who manufactured this guy. Everything I see just says PC, and I'm not sure if that means Party City, but I don't think Party City makes their own stuff, do they? Hey, if you know, leave a comment below in the comment section so we can all know. I tried finding it on the internet, couldn't find it. But anyways, yeah, this guy, he retailed for $230, which, man, that's expensive, because for $230 you can actually, or not for $230, but for $260, the same year they released the H2O Michael Myers, which looked far better. Now, the big problem that I have with this guy is, well, number one, his green jumpsuit. What the heck was the deal with that? I mean, this is the color of the jumpsuit, Michael Myers right here. Boom. Okay? It's blue. It's not green. The stabbing motion, kind of slow and kind of boring. His head doesn't move. His torso doesn't move. Not a lot of motion on this guy. It was pretty expensive. If it was $150, yeah, it would have been a pretty decent prop, I guess, for $150, minus the blue jumpsuit. The knife looked okay. The mask, looked okay. The hair was kind of out there, but whatever. It's not a bad one, but it's definitely the worst on my list. So let's move on to the next one. Next on my list for my favorite, or my worst, it's my favorite Michael Myers animatronics. It's coming out this year. It's already out, I believe. It's the Lowe's 2022. I believe this is a Halloween 2, again, Michael Myers. Now, with this one, again, stab in motion. The prop looks a little bit better. It's made by Jemmy. It's going to be $240 this year, retailing, and it'll be at Lowe's right now. So go grab them. This is not a bad Michael Myers. To me, he's just not the best that has ever been released. I would grab them up while they're still available. This year, Lowe's is doing Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger. It was always kind of my dream to get all the, the Trinity between the three main, movie killers. As you can see in my background, I've got a lot of variants of these. Just went a little bit extra, but yeah, this is a nice one. I would go check him out this Halloween season. My next favorite, moving up the list, getting better as we go, it's Party City. They had another crack at it this year, and this one I can actually recommend. I think Party City had a little egg on their face 2018 and said 2022, let's try it again. So Techie Toys has made them a nice Michael Myers. It's a Halloween 2 again sculpt, and mask or whatever, and this time it's $220. Now the movement is, it's one of the reasons why it's not my favorite. The movement's real slow stabbing. It just has the breathing. It's kind of creepy, but the suit, the knife looks okay. The mask looks a lot better than the previous year. It's a blue suit. It's not a bad one, so that is going to be my next favorite one on the list of best to worst. All right, coming up next on my list. This one might be a shocker for you. This is an older one. This one came out in 2010, and this is the H2O Michael Myers. This one was manufactured by Jemmy, and he was kind of expensive, but I want to call him one of the golden age of animatronics when they were really good. He originally was $299.99, had a sale price of $279.99, so it wasn't the most expensive thing, but this one is creepy. The blood on the knife looks really good. It's got bloody hands. The suit looks good. The mask is kind of dirty and worn out. The hair was pretty good. The eyes, though, the eyes were just all black. And his head moved, it was creepy, and he had the knife kind of going up and down motion. But man, this guy, I like him a lot. He's a close for a favorite for sure. But it's we're getting to the top of the list now, and some of these, some people might have a different opinion than myself. Hey, that's cool, but these are the reasons why I think they're the best. All right, we're getting to the last couple here. So, what's my second favorite one? Well, it's the one I actually own right there. You can see it in the background. That guy came out in 2018. It was a Spirit Halloween exclusive. He was $259, and of course you could use your coupon and save a couple bucks on him. So that is what I wound up doing. But the manufacturer of this guy is a different one that I've never heard before, which is Whoa You Metal Plastic Product Factory. Now, I don't know if that is right or what. Please comment below if you know something else and maybe correct my pronunciation, but it's WOYU Metal Plastic Product Factory. Whatever. Yes, so this one is my favorite, or one of my favorites, because of his stabbing motion. His stabbing motion, as you can see here, is really fast. And he's got a kind of a downward thrust, you know, overhand thrusting, and his torso moves instead of his head. And the mask on this guy is it's a very high quality mask. It looks a little bit funny to me. I'm not a Halloween aficionado by any means, so I don't know. If you think the mask is funny and it's wrong, let me know in the comments. The hair is kind of a pain, like kind of like flops up. I had to style it a little bit, and it's not like that thick hair. It's more like it's like a thinner hair, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's more of a fixed hair. It's not like that fluff hair that fluffs up like on the regular Michael Myers masks. So those are the only two things that I think is kind of weird about it. But I like how fast the motors are. It seems more reliable and everything. It plays a long theme song, and you know, has a stabbing motion going. So yeah, he's going to be my second favorite, believe it or not, even though that's the one I own. So let's move on to who is number one. All right, so this next one, my number one pick for the best Michael Myers animatronic. Guess what? It is also the most controversial movie, which is the Rob Zombie version of the movie, okay? A lot of people are going to hate on this because of it, but I'm basing the animatronic based on the movie, not which movie is the best. So that's, you know, let's put those all decisions aside. This guy retailed for $249.99. Not a bad deal. He came out back in 2009. Wasn't one of the most expensive props at the time. He was also made by Jimmy, and the reason why I like this guy so much is because if you look at him, he has a ton of movement and he is creepy. First of all, his eyes look back and forth, his head moves, his eyes move, then his head moves. His torso moves also, so he kind of moves a little bit, and then in his knife, he's just kind of slowly raising it up. He's got a blood-soaked knife, got a lot of blood on his material, on his clothes. The jumpsuit looks great. The mask looks screen accurate, even though it's not my favorite mask. They're not my favorite Halloween movies. I kind of like Rob Zombie's vision of redoing it, but the original movies are so much better. The original masks are better. This one's all dirty and kind of worn and torn. Even though the new movies that are coming out, you know, the last couple of years here, and the new one that's coming out here in 2022, you know, the mask is burnt and everything. It still at least looks like the original mask. It wasn't like a re-envisioning, I think, of the mask or whatever. So that's it. If you have a favorite that you think is better, hey, leave some comments down below and let me know. Also, if there are any animatronics that I'm missing, and I'm talking the big ones, I'm not talking the little tabletop guys, I'm talking 6-footers, let me know as well. I dug and scoured as much as I could, and I don't seem to remember any other Michael Myers animatronics. And it seems to be something that started coming out, you know, I've been Spirit, you know, Halloween shopping for a very, very long time, and they just didn't have these animatronics like they do now. Seems like in the mid to late 2000s is when they really started, right, not 2000s, like 2005, 2008, around there is when you started seeing some better animatronics. So let me know. I'm going to start putting up some vintage stuff as well on my page, so check those out. I'm going to try to cover some of the old stuff that I remember. But all right, well, we'll see you next time, and you stay spooky out there, guys. Woo.